Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. I am your host, Dan the Man, and I am here with my amazing guest, Kelly Slaughter. Kelly, thank you for being on the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So, for those future watching this episode, Kelly Slaughter, she is a fitness enthusiast. She is a YouTuber that is also a Les Mills toner. I actually looked that up earlier. and a core and combat instructor. And she is also the daughter of the WWE Hall of Famer, the legendary Sergeant Slaughter. So
Yes.
everyone look forward to that. And then if you're wanting to follow Kelly on her social media journeys, you can follow her on Facebook at Slaughter Daughter. You can follow her at Slaughter Daughter Official. That's for Instagram. And if you're following on the TikTok, it is the real Slaughter Daughter. So make sure to follow on all the social medias. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That is the plug segment. But so I'm going to go ahead and first do my honor segment. This is where Dan the Man honors his guest for doing his show. So first of all, Kelly, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to do our show. Really enjoy what you've done in the interviews and the clipsies I've seen online. I think it's great how the stories that you have told. I really enjoy certain stories that you've talked about your dad, Roddy Piper. So I think that those are great stories to share with the world. And I really admire your fitness and how much you are tied to the fitness world and how you can help people, you know, just, with on not for maybe some hints on fitness just in general. So I want to thank you for doing this and thank you for being a great guest. And that is our honors segment.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much. And it's
You're
my
welcome.
honor to be invited. So thank you so much for having me.
All right. So I'm gonna let Kelly decide how we do the rest of the show here. I'm gonna shift the power and let Kelly decide. So Kelly, what would you like to do? Sometimes what we do here is we do questions first and then I do some impressions. Some people like it if I do impressions first and then we do some questions. And then some people like if I mix it up and I do a question, impression. So what would you like to do, Kelly?
Let's do a question and then an impression and then a question and then an impression.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So one of my first questions for you is what does it mean to you to be this fitness instructor and this Les Mills toner? What does it mean to you to do these kind of roles and just in the world of fitness?
Well, it's something that I never, ever, 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 ever thought that I would be doing. And 6 or 7 years ago, if you had told me I'd be doing this, I probably would have been mad at you because I would have thought you were making fun of me, to be honest. I've lost 140 pounds and through diet and exercise and lifestyle changes and just trying to be a healthier and more fit me. So I'm super proud of myself, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, it means a lot to me that I'm able to do that, that I'm a fitness instructor. And so Les Mills is like a brand of fitness like workouts and they're in gyms and clubs all over the country, all over the world. They're out of New Zealand. And they have different formats. So they have what I'm certified in is tone, combat, and core. And tone is a 45-minute workout where you do cardio and then you pick up some weights and do some weights, work on different muscle groups. Core is just you're working your core, which is anything from knee to neck, front and back. And it's a 30-minute workout. So it's a nice little blast to your core. And then combat is an MMA inspired workout. That's they have a 30-minute, 45-minute, and a 50-minute format or 55-minute formats. So but yeah, I like, like I said, I feel proud of myself.
And you should, and I respect of what you do, so just wanted you to know that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um, so my my next question is what does it what were some of your favorite wrestlers that along with your dad that you enjoyed meeting through your childhood?
Um, I I met so many wrestlers, but the ones that like were the closest to us and to our family were Roddy Piper, um, Lord Alfred Hayes, um, Don Kernodle. Um, those are really the three that stick out in my mind the most as being the closest to us and to our family, and really the ones that I had the most of a relationship with. Pat Patterson also was one. Um, yeah.
Oh, I just remember watching stuff with Pat Patterson, the first Intercontinental Champion, and you know, I'm glad that those people were there in your life, and that you had those good experiences. Um, so let's say, I guess I'll do an impression now. Um, would you? So the number one I get most requested is Arnold Schwarzenegger. So can do
Okay.
that for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and time a little bit of it, but it is the one that I get requested all the time. So are you ready?
I am ready.
Hi, how are you? It is so great to see you here. I'm so glad that you are here to join us on the virtual platform of the stream. It is such a great honor to meet you, and thank you for everything that you do. I'm so happy to be here. So,
Nice. Good.
thank you. Thank you. Um, so, uh, is moving on to my next question is when you were kind of, and I don't know, um I know when they were doing the GI Joe cartoon, did you necessarily watch it when your dad was on the show, um when they aired it back in the 80s?
I did watch it and I watched the movie. Yeah, I watched it when it was on.
And so what does it mean that your dad, he had all these action figures and all this stuff come out, and you know, what was it like for you to see all this stuff come out that people enjoy collecting and meeting your dad?
I mean, I thought it was cool, but probably not as cool as you think that I would have thought it was because it
Hmm.
was my dad. So it was just kind of like, yeah, dad, that's cool, whatever. I'm gonna go play with my Barbies, you know. And also my Barbies, the scale of the Barbie was a lot larger than a GI Joe, and I was playing with Barbies, so I really play with my dad's action figure. He was too small for Barbie.
That is true. uh, so um okay. Should do another impression. Do you
Yes.
have any favorite music you like, or favorite band, favorite TV show?
Yes, so my favorite band is a band called Stick Figure. Um, it's a reggae rock band.
Hmm.
Um, I last year I went and saw them 5 times over the summer. Um, they haven't announced if they're touring yet this summer, and I'm holding out hope that they are. The lead singer Scott, it's his band, and he just had a baby, and
Aw.
his beloved dog just passed away, and her name was Coco, and she was Coco the tour dog because she would tour with them, and you always knew when they were getting ready to come on stage because she would come out and like greet the crowd, and the crowd would erupt and throw up toys up on stage for her, and she was a really really cool dog. But she just passed, so we're kind of like, all of us fans are wondering, is are they going to tour or not. I understand if they don't, but I really want them to.
Um, do you like Bob Marley, or is that?
Yeah, I like Bob Marley. I actually was in Charleston over this past weekend
Hmm.
seeing two other bands play in Charleston, and excuse me, which was Tropidelic in the Movement.
Hmm.
And then the next night I went to a birthday party for Bob Marley.
Oh, well, that sounds amazing and really fun.
Yeah, it
Um,
was a lot of fun. Yeah,
would you like me to sing a little Bob Marley to you?
sure. I might chime in and sing along. Let me get some
Okay,
water. Let me get some water. Yeah,
yeah.
be
Just
prepared.
what songs do you like from Bob Marley?
Three Little Birds.
Ah, all right.
Do you
So
know
let
that
me.
one?
Uh, I do. I just have some of the lyrics because sometimes I'll intermesh. So
Oh yeah, I do that
um,
too. I'll say the wrong words all the time. I make it my
yeah,
own.
yep. Um, all right.
Sometimes.
Singing. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the
With
rising
the
sun.
rising sun,
Three
three
little
little
birds
birds
pitch by
by
my
my doorstep.
doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies, pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. There we go.
Nice. Thank you. That was great.
Yeah, it was a nice duet moment. um, so
I'm
let's.
sorry I keep looking over there. My cat is like right there and making a
uh,
bunch of noise, and I don't know if you can even hear it, but sorry.
uh, my cat is curled up right now, and she has like one eye on the television and one eye on me right now. So, um,
She's giving herself a bath right
uh,
there.
so what I want to know is what moments did you enjoy most about your dad's career in the WWE?
Um, the moments of his career that I enjoyed the most were the moments that he was home. He was gone a lot. So I would say when he was in his prime, the moments I enjoyed the most were the moments that he was home because he wasn't home a lot.
Yeah. So did you like do you guys did you remember doing stuff when he was home?
Yeah. Well, one thing I'll tell you, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but he took my sister and I out of school one day and took us into New York City and took us to see the circus.
Ah, that sounds great.
Yeah. And then I got to be in the circus.
Oh, wow. What did you do in the
Yes.
circus?
I don't remember. I think I don't remember, but I remember like rehearsing it, like being
Mhm.
picked, right, to
Yeah.
be able to be one of the kids that got to do it. Rehearsing it backstage and then going back out and doing it, but I cannot remember what it was that I did.
Um,
Mhm.
and I'm glad that you've had that moment. The circus is such a fun experience, and I too went to the circus when I was young. Unfortunately, I had that fear of clowns, so it was kind of rough because there was one with scissors, and I thought he was really going to cut my hair. So,
Oh
but
no.
yes, he came
I
with
think
the
I did something with the clowns. I did
okay,
something with the clowns. Yeah. I never had a fear of clowns, but yeah, I did something with clowns. It came back to me when you said that. Sorry. I didn't
yeah.
mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just I don't have no fear anymore, but I was just like 6 years old and like but what
Right.
was awesome about that experience was they had those kaleidoscopes and they would put a picture in the frame of you in the circus so you could look at it, you know, and it would be a Christmas ornament. So um
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you got to have that. The circus is a wonderful place for a child.
It is. It is. It was a lot of fun. The elephants were
Yeah.
always my favorite. I love elephants.
Oh
So
yeah. They're amazing creatures. The giraffe is my favorite, but
yeah, giraffes are cool too. I love
we
animals of all kinds. So
aw, we have a zoo about 45 more minutes where I live, and you can feed the giraffes there. And they um, there's another one. There's actually one that you might like. It's called Zootastic. It is in Troutman, if you know where Troutman,
mhm,
North Carolina is. Um,
I do.
and they have kind of like these doors, like these windowed wooden doors that open, and the giraffe sticks his head out, and like you can feed the giraffe. uh Watch out for them taking your hat because they've done that to me and everything if you're wearing a hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
but
no.
but it's a good experience because they have that, and then they have the drive through safari. I don't know if you've ever done that, but it's a really good funded zoo, and it's really well taken care of. So if you're ever needing something to do, it's great for the family. So I highly recommend it. So
Awesome. I've never been to Zootastic. I've been to Lazy Five Ranch, and that's the you
okay,
can drive through or take their wagon through.
okay,
And we always took the wagon because I'm like, I don't want them scratching, the car.
yeah,
You always see those videos on social media of them going through and like the ostriches are like attacking them through the window.
yeah.
Or
It's the
maybe it's an emu, I
ostriches
don't know.
and the emus, and I'll
Yeah.
I'll I'll tell you one time I was because I take my mom to Amish country a lot because she likes to go to Amish country, and
Mhm.
there's a place called the farm, and it's a giant safari where you can drive. And I had my window down, and I had the bucket of feed, and this big cow put his whole head through the window and then couldn't get his head out of the window, and he's
Um,
laying his head on my chest, and I'm thinking, how am I going to get this giant cow out of my window? So like I had to maneuver the head in a certain way to push him back out the window, and then roll up my window, or then hit the button to put my window up. But yeah, I can tell you I've seen stuff with doing the drive through. I had an emu, just like you said, one time trying to peck and eat all the food out of my thing, and surprisingly, and then a zebra came by and just kicked him, and then
nice.
so, but yeah, I definitely would recommend some of those places. So if you're wanting animal places, you come talk to me, and I can recommend some good experiences.
All right, awesome. Sounds good.
Yep. Um, all right. Should do another impression. let me see. I was doing see when I had my guest the other day, I was doing horror and then I was doing cartoons and then I was doing 80s stuff. And I was just trying to think of something that I could do for you that you would like. um, I don't know. Do you like Back to the
And
Future or
sure, Back to the Future is great.
okay? All right, we will do Back to the Future because that's one of my favorite movies. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. It's make like a tree and leave. You sound like a dang fool when you say it wrong. Marty, we have to get back here in time. Doc, you fell on the toilet. That's how you came up with the idea for the flux capacitor. Earth angel, will you be mine? Get your dang hands off of her. Should I swear? Yes, you should swear. Totally swear. So,
Nice. McFly.
yeah. McFly, no one calls me chicken. um, but I actually have met the person who does the voice of Marvin Berry, and we have sang Earth Angel over Zoom before. So,
Nice. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Both in little tuxes singing Earth Angel.
Very cool.
Yep. Um, all right. So let's get back to another question. Um, so what what advice would you give to people that are maybe starting out in fitness?
Well, the number one thing that I usually say is to start where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is when I first started my fitness journey, I went outside and I walked 5 mailboxes and then I turned around and walked back home because that's as far as I could go. And so
Right.
then the next day I went and 7 mailboxes and then home.
Okay.
And then I would just gradually increase how many mailboxes until I eventually was walking a half a mile and then a mile and then 2 miles. And I worked up to walking 6 miles a day before a friend of mine invited me to the gym. And so that's what I mean is start where you are. You have to make lifestyle changes. So it has to be something that's sustainable because what gets you to lose the weight, you have to keep doing to maintain the weight loss. And that also goes for your nutrition. So if you do some of these fad diets and things like that, that, low carb or keto and things like that, as soon as you stop doing them, you start gaining the weight back,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Um, those things are hard. So if you can make lifestyle changes that you can perhaps maybe you start watching your sugar intake and you start cutting sugar out where you can and you start using sugar substitutes and they make lots of products now that are out there. I mean, it's going to be processed, but they make products out there now that you can live a totally normal life and be able to indulge on things that you love and not worry about how they're going to affect your weight. Um, so start where you are and make lifestyle changes. And you don't have to do everything at once. You know, if you are like, it's January 1st, and I am going to cut out sugar. I'm going to cut out carbs. I'm going to start walking 5 miles a day. I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week. I'm going to do all of these things. You're going to do that like for 2 days, if even that.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much at one time. So just make small changes, baby steps. Um, that's the way to do it. And I know that there's lots of things out there, like I said, the keto and all of those things, fads. I know, and I know you lose weight really fast, and that's what you want, but it's not healthy to lose weight very fast. It's not good on your body, it's not good for your metabolism, and again, it has to be sustainable in the long run.
Yeah, I can say that I've made changes as far as myself right now. I I don't eat really any fast food at all pretty much anymore. I the only thing I mostly get sometimes is Subway. It is pretty much the only thing. I used to eat the whole 12-inch. Now I eat just 6-inch, and then I save the other 6-inch for a day. Um, when I
Exactly. Those are things that you need to do.
Yep.
Yes.
I when I first started, I could only do a bike for 15 minutes just pedaling. Now I can do 45. So that was progression over time. I've started with the elliptical. I started with 5 minutes. Now I'm doing 15, 20 minutes. So it's those steps. And I've now gone to fruit some, where I'm now eating fruit instead of that. Apples have become a source, oranges. I'm starting to add those. Um, I am someone that sometimes works 10 hours, so I only have like a very small thing of soda, just like a small Coke Zero, but I'm generally drinking water, whether it's Deer Park or Evian. So I'm drinking a lot of that. And so um, that's kind of like where I'm doing that. The only the only drawback that throws me back sometimes is that I'm a sucker for the Reese's peanut butter cups, that that crawls
Yes.
back to me every now and then. But probably one of the best things is the control that I have, where I'm only eating two of them or something, where I used to eat a lot of them. So, it's trying to um, cut down on that. So,
No, and moderation is key. Moderation is key. You can indulge in things like that, you know, but
mhm.
not indulge in them every day, 5 times a day, six
Yeah,
times a day, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Um, hey, I've been there. I lost 140 pounds. I didn't gain that weight by working out and,
yeah,
eating right and eating well. So um, I think everything that you said is great. Those changes that you've made, the not, you still get the 12-inch sub, but you only eat half of it and save the half for, maybe you get it at lunch and then you save the other half for dinner. You have one half at lunch and then the other half the next day at lunch. Those are like perfect things, just cutting back, because when you cut back like that, you're not consuming as many calories, as long as you don't then binge later and eat more calories than what you saved by eating half a sandwich.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, moderation. There's also, as soon as you said Reese's peanut butter cups, I went like this because there's this product or this brand called Quest,
Yes,
and
I
they
have
have
those.
peanut butter cups,
Yes, I eat those
and
now.
they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really
Um,
good. So,
there's quests that I eat now, and sometimes I get sugar free. They sell that in the store with some Reese's Pieces and some stuff. So
mhm,
I've started
mhm,
into that. It it sometimes, the thing is I work 10 hours a day in an office, so sometimes it's very easy to consume um lots of things, especially when you're sitting in a chair. So um I try to make sure that, like, I like to prep what I'm gonna eat before I go, and I'm like, okay, so here's the breakfast, here's some of this, here's some of that, and just laying that out, and then there might be like a little tiny treat every now and then, but it's just getting the main stuff and everything. And I just
yeah,
decided that I wanted a change because a lot of my family members have not done well, taken care of themselves, and had certain stuff. So it was not wanting to be a statistic. That was the needle point for me.
Yeah, I got it. The needle point for me was when the pandemic happened,
Right.
COVID. And one in the very beginning, one of the high risk factors was morbid obesity.
Right.
And there I was, morbidly obese. And I was like, I'll be damned if I'm going to let this virus take me away from my kids
Right.
because I consume way too many calories and sit around all day.
Hmm.
Like, no way. My kids don't deserve that. They deserve to have a
Right.
mother, you know? And so that's when I started walking. And by the way, I literally got a wild hair and went for a walk. Like, it wasn't even like I planned it out and I picked a day and this is when I was going to start my journey. I just was like, screw that. I'm not going to let this, I'm not going to be a statistic. And I put like, I think I wore my Birkenstocks and I went for a walk
There
and
you
then
go.
came back. And again, it was a very short walk. It was 5 mailboxes. But I went and did it. And then I did it the next day. And then I think I have a pair of shoes. I have to special order my shoes because I have really big feet. So I like ordered a
Understand.
pair of shoes and yeah, started walking.
And I'm glad
That
that
was
you've
that.
had that great journey. I wish more continued success moving
Thank
forward.
you.
I feel like I should do one last impression and then we'll wrap it up
Okay.
here. Do you
Okay.
know the movie What About Bob?
I do. It's been
Okay.
forever since I've seen it, but I love that movie.
All right. That's what I'm gonna end with because I felt like what a perfect one. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
I need baby steps, baby steps. Bob, what are you doing here? I'm on vacation. But you made it here, Bob. But barely. I'm on vacation. I'm sailing. I'm sailing from my problems. Keep sailing, Bob. Keep sailing. So,
Love it. Yeah, baby steps. Every time I say baby steps, I think
yeah,
about what about Bob?
yes. So, such a good movie. I've actually bumped into Richard Dreyfuss one time at a convention. So, very nice
Nice.
man. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Kelly, is there anything else you want to say on Dan-A-Plooza today?
Mm, I don't know. I think that's I don't know. I got nothing. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody.
Yep. So that's gonna wrap it up for Dan-A-Plooza. Tomorrow I have a Valentine's panel, so stay tuned for that on Dan-A-Plooza. And everyone take care and have a good night.
Bye.
All right.